What's up, everybody? Movie Guru here, and Top Boy season 3 has just came out, and everybody's asking the big question: Who killed this man Sully right here? Now, a lot of casual fans have been doing a lot of this talking and really coming up with a position that who they think killed Sully. But regardless of who you think, it doesn't matter because the writers wrote it to be a certain way. Like this is a script at the end of the day. These ain't real people. And the story has to go through a progress, right? There has to be obstacles, there has to be arcs, right? And they have to come to a conclusion. These guys live by the gun. And when you live by the gun, there's only one outcome, and that is you die by the gun. Now, the main point that we can talk about is that the characters were getting a little bit sloppy, but they've been in the game for a while. And so if you've been in the game for a while, your focus is off, especially when the life problems come at you. Deshane was not acting like himself at all. I knew he was slipping when he gave that woman that money and he was meeting with her in the back of the lighting store. It wasn't legit. And she was the real crook. And if you really want to put in perspective, she was the real top boy because she came off with about 15 million. Now, I don't know if it's pounds or whatever, 15 million pounds or $15 million, whatever. It's a lot, right? It's more than he should have gave her. And that threw everything off. It caused him to act on impulse, caused him to act on rage. And he messed around and caught a body and couldn't recover from it. He didn't wipe the scene down clean. His prints were all over, the apartment for the guy that he killed. And I mean, it was already had his name in numerous cases in seasons 2 and Summer House. And so he was a wrap. So if you guys go to my page, I am the movie guru, and I just put out a video where I was on here talking about Top Boy season 3. And my video was who is the new top boy. So I'm gonna take
My bird laid an egg. What do
to
I
check it
do?
out real quick. But it could be a lot of different people who could be the top boy, of course, because of everybody involved and who's really hungry, who really was out here in the streets putting in work, who has the means to the connect, right? And who has the street team in place to take over the streets. And according to this video, it's only one person. So let's watch this real quick before I get into any more details.
Three of Top Boy ended with a bang, with the biggest mystery of who killed Sully. Of course, living by the gun, the only outcome is to die by it. Through season 1, 2, and 3 of Top Boy, Sully managed to make an enemy out of everyone he came across, so the list of suspects is long. Stefan, played by Araloyan Oshunremi, confronted Sully before the finale, but ultimately decided he wasn't worth it, meaning he didn't want to throw his life away to take his, even though he was his brother Jamie confirmed killer,
Right there.
as well as Erin's dad Driss, played by Shone Romulus. With Stefan not being the killer, who could have killed Sully? Jacqueline, played by Jasmine Jobson, was at home. Johnny, played Barry Keoghan, was dead. But there were a few players who were low-level dealers who could move up and saw this as an opportunity to move up and literally took their shot. And this person was Cy, and Cy is a character working for the Fields gang, portrayed by Dudley O'Shagney. We are sure he wanted revenge on Sully for assaulting him in their flat in season 3.
That boy was
Cy
violated.
saw his opportunity and followed Stefan, which is why Cy himself gave him Jamie's gun earlier in season 3. Then, when he saw Sully put his gun in the bag, he moved in Sully blind spot and ended him and the series.
That's right.
Becoming
the
the new top boy.
Listen, I know it's hard for a lot of people to get that, but that's just how it went. And regardless if it didn't go like that, that's how they wrote it. So, but you got to look into the characters. My man was violated, right? In front of his peoples. You think they was going to let him live with that? Nah, he had to get his lick back. And that's how it works, right? He was an opposing gang. They wasn't even really fly with Duchesne and Sully and them. Every time they had a meeting with them, they was, saying bullying them and, being overly aggressive. And so, of course, it would come to that. And it had been came to that with Jamie. Jamie just bowed out and decided to lay his man Kit down. But if you put into perspective, Sai was making moves behind the scenes the whole season 3. He gave Jamie's brother the gun. He knew that it was Sully that did it, and he wanted him to see what he was made of if he was going to put the work in. And he was, and when I say him, I mean Jamie's brother. And Jamie's brother was thinking about it, and he even approached him. But he was smarter than that, and I'm happy that he was, because it really wasn't worth it. And he had a lot of things going for him. He should have followed the route of his other brother, the school route, which is the new hustle, and stayed with the girl Erin. Because look, both of them had lost family members to the violence that was in the summer house and to the Top Boys, and so it's not working no more. It wasn't working no more. But for those that were still in the game, like Sai and had his crew right there ready to come up, you might as well just take a shot. He had nothing else to lose. Now, a lot of people are saying that it was Jack, right? And so I want to just show y'all that it was not Jack. If you just look around on the internet and just go into what really happened to Jack in season 3, and she was finished.
Last season of Top Boy, tragedy strikes the life of fearsome drug dealer Jack, Jasmine Jobson, when her sister Lauren drowns in her bathtub following a period of postpartum depression and heroin use. Jack betrays her boss, drug lord Sully, in an attempt to shield her newborn nephew from the same deadly forces that claimed Lauren's life. With the assistance of buddy Karen, Joshua Blissett, she breaks into Sully's safe house and takes his substantial
Which was
cocaine
dumb.
catch. When Sully discovers Kieran's role in the heist, he has him killed. Jack subsequently agrees to give the narcotics back to Sully on the understanding that she, her girlfriend Bex, and Lauren's baby will be given a pass and be free to start over without fear of consequences, because she is afraid for her safety and the safety of those she loves. Sully says she'll take a look at the deal, but Jack gets jumped by Duchesne on the way to the exchange, so she shows up to the meet with nothing. Sully, full of resentment, informs his erstwhile subordinate that the agreement is
Yeah,
void and he will not spare her.
you see that look in her eyes?
When we last meet Jack, she has already defeated the threat posed by Sully and Duchesne.
Already defeated. You see that look in her eyes? It's done. She has no get back. She has no energy and strength to get a lick back. She has no plan. She's not even, she's in the streets, but she ain't even about that life. Just because you're in the streets, that doesn't mean that you're about that life. And she was not prepared to go the distance with somebody like Sully. She didn't want to take the chance that she did not get the drop on him. Even at this point, she was done.
And is returning home with Bex and the child.
Yes, this is where Jack was when Sully got killed. Like, and real talk, this is where she should have been, in the bed with her girl, trying to get her head straight, trying to figure out what she's gonna do next. She was in the game, okay, but she was in the game through a couple other people. She wasn't in the game on her own accord. And this woman who she's with is really giving her some good advice, like, yo, stop doing that dumb stuff and let's just figure something else out. She already working, holding it down, corporate, I'm guessing, on Zoom calls or whatever, and taking care of the kid. Jack did the right thing by just laying down in the bed next to her and going to sleep. Now, a lot of people were saying that if you look at the scene when Sully got killed, it was the next day. All right. But Jack was still in the same bed, sleep, I'm sure. Maybe making coffee, but she wasn't out running around with a hoodie.
Although the immediate threat has gone, will Jack honor her promise to leave the drug trade in order to protect her nephew? What happens to her in the end is up to the audience.
It's up to the audience. You get what I'm saying? To think. So you can think, if you want it to be Jack, cool, it could be Jack. But guess what? It's not Jack. It was Sai. Like we said, he had the crew in place. We know he had access to guns, and he possibly had to connect from working with Jamie and those guys. So look, unfortunately, that's how it was. Sai is a new top boy. I know y'all fanboys don't want to swallow that, but yo, you gotta hold that. That's who it is. That's who it is. Until the writers say otherwise. And even if we do a search, right? So look, let me go back on YouTube or whatever. Let me do a search of Jack from Top Boy, right? And where do we see Jack doing anything but crying? And this is no dig at Jack, right? Let's see. Jack got Kieran killed, right? Jack finds her sister dead, destroyed her. There was another scene where it was like Jack goes to beats up somebody, right? She didn't kill nobody. Yeah, she was with the rest of the gang, uh, running around doing stuff with the gang, but she wasn't doing nothing by herself. That was totally out of her character for her to do anything. She didn't even kill, because if she was really about that life, she would have killed her brother's boyfriend after all the trauma that put her sister through. Or I said her brother, but her sister. All the trauma that her sister's boyfriend put her through. She didn't do none of that. So look, but no, Top Boy season 3, harsh conclusion to a harsh story, but amazing acting by the guys. Sad to see that go out like that, but that's the way the game goes. Don't hate the game, don't hate the players, hate the game. So look, this is the movie guru. I just wanted to come on here and make a statement on if Jack was the one that killed Sully. My theory still stands. So look, if you guys want to debate, go right down there in the comments and let's talk about it. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.